All right, let's talk through the problem, and I'm going to probably try to do is not too much writing here. It's a tough problem, though. It's a lot to keep track of. But there's four card players, and it goes, you have to understand something about cards. There's money at the table, and it pretty much stays the same. Like if there's $50, there's always going to be $50 at the table. It just simply changes hand. All right. Now, of course, the game's over. People leave, but I'm saying right now there's $50 at the table. It doesn't. It may change hand, but it's always going to be $50. It isn't like some gets more money or less money, whatever. But it's always going to be $50. Now, here what I got to do is determine how much money they have at the table. So I got to read it to you, and it says, over here, a lot of stuff going on here, and I'm confused a little bit, but kind of reading it, they say each has $10, except for somebody who has 16, and so there's four players. So I'm going to say, three of the players have $10, with the one exception, somebody's got $16 on them. So how much money is at the table? There's $46 at the table. All right, so now what I got to do, I know there's $46 at the table, and now I got to talk about three different people now, all right, what they have. So three of the people have $10, right? So I'm going to claim this over here. I see the $10 here, $10 here, $10 here, and somebody's got $16. Now, who's got $16? B's got $16. So I can say that's B's holding. B has $16. And then the other people have $10. So I'm going to say this is A, this is C, and this is their holdings, and this is D. Now I got to read it to you. And by reading it, what I know, I'm going to start to erase some things over here. I know there's $46. And if A's holding $10, right, I got to figure out where it's coming from. Right, I got to figure out where it's coming from. And I want to point out again that A, B, C, and D are the initial holdings. All right, so what is initial holding? It's how much they came to the table with. I just don't know what that is, by the way. I do know they add up to 46, though. So if I'm talking about A, what I have to do, it's going to be 46 minus B minus C minus D. But at this point in time, this is the point in time what happened. I have to determine something happened at this point in time. And what happens is, well, let's read it. I got to be careful with this. It says after B has won one half of A's money. So what does that mean? Well, A lost money. And how much money did he lose? A over 2. Half his money is lost. Who did he lose it to? He lost it to B. So that means he's been added to B. All right, let's keep reading it. All right, so after B has won one half. By the way, you notice that I'm just talking about a few things at a time, by the way. I want to keep going on here. It says that A has won 1/5 of D's money. That means A has taken 1/5 of D's money. Now, what does it mean? I got to take away that money from D. I see that right over there. It's tough, though. It's a tough reading. All right, I got to keep reading it. And I'm going to go to B now. And so B, I know there's $46 at the table, but I take the initial holdings away. So I'm taking away A, C's, and D's initial holding. And what do they say about B? And they say B has won one half of A's money. I've already that written down. I got to check that off. But they say something else about B. All right, so it says over here, let me take a look at it. And, kind of read. It's a lot of reading. It says after B has won one half of A's money, C is 1/3 of, C took 1/3 of B's money. So that means B lost 1/3 of his money to C. Well, that means C's got 1/3 of the money, all right, of B's money. All right, things are coming in, writing these things down. It's important you're writing some summaries what you're writing down. It's tough to keep track, though. All right, I'm not keeping track of everything, but I think I got A covered. Everything's been checked off. I got B covered. And let me talk about C now, and then we'll get to D later. All right, so remember, there's $46 in the pool at the initial holdings, take away A's initial holding, B's initial holdings, and D. And remember, just reading it over, C has 1/3 of B's money. I have that counted for. And it goes over here. I'm gonna look around a little bit more for something else they said. And let's take a look at this over here. And B has 1/2 of A's money. Already did that. C 1/3 of B's. I got that written down. And A 1/4 of D's. I got that. Let me see. A's. Oh, I'm sorry, 1/5 of D. And except for B, let me just take a look at this. A, B, and C. A, B has 1/2 of A's money. C 1/3 of B. C's 1/3 of B. I got that. Oh, D 1/4 of C. D took 1/4 of C. That means this guy lost some money over here. All right, so I got C accounted for. It's tough reading that, isn't it? All accounted. And let me go to the last thing, which is D. Well, there's still 46 initial holdings. Take away A, take away B, and take away C. So I feel pretty good about this. All right, let me erase. Let me erase. And I feel comfortable with these equations over here. All right, so what I don't feel comfortable with is the amount of work involved in getting these, written up nice. But how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got a lot of equations down there, don't I? But I got to do some work here, don't I? And I'm going to write these maybe in a little neater way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 46 from both sides, and you get minus 36. I'm going to subtract 46 from both sides and get minus 30. I'm going to subtract 46 from both sides, and you get minus 36. Minus 36. I hope that's not too bad. All right, I want to put on a dib. I've taken care of these numbers. But I got fractions, right? And to get rid of that, fraction, I'd have to multiply this by 10, the first line. I'm going to erase this over here now. Let me write this down now. I'm multiplying by 10. So minus 10b, minus 10c, minus 10d. You get the idea? Plus 2d. Wow, I'm really jamming this in there. I get my eraser out. It's jamming in too much. I want it to fit in there, nice and neat. So multiply by 10, right? So minus 10b, minus 10c, minus 10d, plus 2d. I'll clean them up later, by the way. Minus 5a. All right. This second equation, I'm going to multiply by 6. And 6 times minus 30 is minus 180. So what do you get? Minus 6a, minus 6c, minus 6d, plus 3a, minus 2b. All right, let's do the next one. Next one, I got to multiply by 12. Because 3 times 4, right? So 12 times 36. Well, let's see, that's 360. And then 72, 2, 3, 432. 10 times 36 is 360. 2 times 36, 72, 432. Let me get my eraser out, and I'm multiplying by 12. Let's write this down. Minus 12a, minus 12b, minus 12D plus 4B minus 3C. A lot of work. Well, let's see, 4 and 5 would be 20, right? I can multiply by 20. That's going to be minus 720 now. You know what? I made a mistake over here. It's minus. Minus 20A minus 20B minus 20C. Whoops. Can't write B down again, right? Not like that. Let's see, 5C and minus 4D. All right, I'm going to do something, I hope it's not too tricky, but I'm going to rewrite each equation separately. 360, I'm multiplying by minus 1, by the way. Let's see, 5A. Let's see, plus 10B, plus 10C, and this would be minus 8D, so plus 8D. I'm going to get my little highlighter out and indicate this is going to be important. Let's do the next one, and let's write that down now. And 180. Multiplied by minus 1, by the way. Let's see, minus 3A. That's going to be 3A then, right? And plus 2B. And then plus 6C. Whoops, that's a 6. And then what? Plus 6D, right? I'm going to indicate this one's important. It's not easy, though. I think probably some people are just flummoxed by the amount of work that goes into solving a problem. And what do you get over here? 432. Well, let's see. 12A. Let's see, minus 12B. I'm accounting for these things over here. That's minus 8B, so plus 8B. Plus 3C, and then plus 12D. All right, I'm going to claim that this is an important equation. Let me do the last one. 720. And let's take a look at this. I'm multiplying by minus 1, right? So 20A. 20B, and let's see, what do you get? Minus 15C, so 15C plus 4D. All right, by the way, I'm going to claim that this one is also important. Now, by the way, I don't think I want to go to the whiteboard in this one over here, and the reason for that, I'm going to say that I'll leave it as an exercise for this one over here. And, you know, what I mean is to solve these, it's 4 equations, 4 unknown, and I always find it very tedious to go through it, all right? But solve it. See that you get these things over here, all right? Now, what do you mean by this over here? Are you capable of getting these numbers here? And if you are, good for you, because these are the initial holds we want to come up with, all right? What are you going to do? You can use an augmented matrix. You may want to use something called SAGE. I've shown you how to do this before, how to solve a system. You may want to use your calculator. You may want to go to the internet, see if there's any online computer algebra systems, whatever you want to do. I'm hoping you get those numbers. All right? Thank you.